This episode of Hull of a Road Trip finds us exploring the land of the saguaro. We leave New Mexico and head toward Tucson, Arizona. On our way, we stop at a harvest house for the night. We tried their beers and Stormy tried their spent grain biscuits. So we were at Tirrito Farms in Wilcox, Arizona. Just got to Arizona today.
New sticker tomorrow.
And yeah, finally. A new sticker, first time for a long time we got a new sticker.
We've been in New Mexico a long time.
New Mexico's been a good ride. So Tirrito Farms is really cool. It's they've got a brewery, they've got a restaurant, they've got a farm, so it's some locally sourced foods, and the beer so far has been really, really good. And we were starting with the loaded trash can fries.
Doesn't sound appetizing, but it's amazing. So a little better late than never. Some wood-fired pizza. I think they call this one the all-in. So it's got like homemade pepperoni. Looks like some sausage, onions, peppers, just deliciousness. But Jason got
the Popper Burger. So it's a half-pound burger with goat cheese, pancetta that's a little bit crispy, and prickly pear jam.
Serrano prickly pear,
better yet. And it is incredible. These guys are like a huge chunk of onion with what tastes like corn battering, and then those have a little bit of spice to them too. So absolutely delicious.
I've decided that prickly pear jam needs to just be on everything.
That and hatch chilies.
Yes, perfect.
We enjoyed a beautiful sunset before moving on.
This is interesting. Next stop, Maine? Nope.
One
not
day,
yet.
16 hours away.
Only 1 day and 16 hours of street driving.
Our actual destination was Gilbert Ray Campground in Tucson Mountain Park. We didn't realize we'd be facing challenges ahead.
So this is like attempt number 6. The ground is really soft, and every time we try to go up on the blocks, it just gets pushed forward. So, shovel's been out. No luck. I don't know what attempt number we're on, but we finally got it. And we used quite a few blocks. Well, that didn't last long. They moved as we were trying to get up on them, so we now have to slowly back up, disassemble level by level, inch by inch, and then start all over. We're calling this good. 1 hour after arrival, we are level.
First sticker in a long time.
Arizona!
Saguaro National Park may not be dog friendly, but there are plenty of saguaro cacti around.
It is tall cactus. Very tall. So if you ever wondered what the inside of a cactus, the saguaro, look like, so this one's down, so you can see the layers of the meaty flesh with the little spiny things, but inside, it's just wood. Tubers. Pretty cool.
Dusk fell on our first day, but not before we learned some valuable information.
So we met a lovely woman on a walk yesterday that told us about pack rats in the Arizona desert. So one way to track them is with some lights. So we've got our LED strip lights around both tires. It's really the only spot that they could potentially get in, and we still have our trusty aluminum foil in place from when we were in Wyoming. We beefed it up a little bit. And we noticed when we got here that a lot of people had the hoods of their cars, or their engine hoods up. One woman told us that the pack rats eat through the insulation, and so they recommend putting LED strip lights in, which is what we did last night. But then they also say that if you leave your hood open, that it detracts them even more because it makes them feel like they're out in the open and not protected. So 8,596 miles is about how long I've been waiting to be able to enjoy one of these. Stormy says it smells good too. So just a single good old cheeseburger for me and a double for Jason.
With that craving satisfied, we headed to Barrio Brewing Company.
So we're at Barrio Brewing in Tucson, and I didn't realize until we pulled up, but I've been here before. So I will say I'm a big fan of all of these. I don't remember them being this good the last time that I was here, but quick shout out to all the H60 folks out there who were here with me last time. So these are for you. Barrio Brewing. Flat Stormy.
Yes. After the lovely serenade, we called it a night. We had big plans for tomorrow.
So fun fact, we are on our way down to Ruby Ghost Town, which is just a few miles from the Mexican border. But we were driving on Interstate 19 South, and Jason all of a sudden noticed that all of the signs were in metric.
Thought I took a wrong turn.
Turns out that the 63-mile stretch leaving Tucson headed to Nogales, New Mexico, or Arizona, is the only highway in the U.S. that uses metric. Hi. Guess that's what they mean when they mean open range. It's a pretty windy road.
But it's getting a little queasy.
Not feeling so hot. Just stare at the horizon. Right, Stormy? We just gotta stare at the horizon.
Seasick in Ruby, Arizona.
Oh. Whew. So road's a little rougher.
How much of a road do you take?
Not really much of a road.
Welcome to Ruby, Arizona. We'd previously gotten permits to visit the ghost town of Ruby, Arizona. Previously, this area was called Oro Blanco and was a gold and silver mine from the mid-1700s until 1912. At that time, Arizona became a state and Ruby got its name. Around the same time, the mine started transitioning from gold and silver to lead and zinc. By the late 1930s, the Montana mine produced more lead and zinc than any other mine in Arizona. So we're in Ruby, Arizona, and this is the second most intact ghost town in the United States. This is one of the buildings. Ooh, gotta be very careful where we're walking.
It's the mine superintendent's house, and his wife was anesthesiologist at the hospital in town.
Very cool. One thing you need to be careful of in ghost town houses: wasp nest. This area was called Snob Hill. You can guess why.
Outdoor shower experience. More bullet holes.
The old warehouse. So here's the cartographer's office. Seems like they may have, we'll do more research on it, come out of the shaft from here, but then they would need a cartographer to be able to map out the areas that they were mining. So this goes 750 feet down vertically. After an 8-hour shift, they would come back up.
So this structure apparently was a 9-bed hospital.
So the caretaker, Leslie, did tell us that the town lake is very low right now. You can see that the waters are receded back pretty far. So they've been suffering drought here for years. And while this isn't like what we would call a lake in Maine, it does provide a sanctuary for the birds.
This is mine tailings. It's not sand, but instead it's processed residue from the ball mill, and the mill was up on the hill. So dumping into the canyon.
So this is just too cool. These tailings are just a huge part of this place. And in the back is Montana Peak. It's a super cool vantage point up here. You can kind of see around. These are the tailings we were talking about. Pretty neat.
Mineral Lake.
Sometimes in life you just have to forge your own path and take the road less traveled. Ruby's school was a grade 1 through 8.
Considering it's 130 years old and still this well put together, pretty impressive.
We spent some time exploring the museum they have set up in the old schoolhouse. The museum contained a little bit of everything, from grinding balls used in the ball mill to the cups from the children in the school.
This is a geographical map of the Montana mines, which is where we are right now, named by the mountain, or named for the Montana mountain.
Are we gonna put you in a doghouse? In a jail? See if we can see what's in there.
What's in the jail?
Let's see if we can.
The old and the new.
Pretty. Gather up. Oh! What a good moo-moo.
As the weather turned, so did we, north towards Phoenix.